Welcome to the Quality of Life podcast. My name is Erin and I am a businesswoman and mother who has been studying personal growth for over 15 years. I've tried almost all of the habits and hacks out there. My goal is to use my real-life experience to show you which tricks and habits make the biggest changes to your quality of life with the least amount of time and energy on your part. We will cover everything from habits to hacks, fitness to family, and everything in between. Now, let's dive on into today's topic. Hey guys, this is Erin with the Quality of Life podcast. Thank you for joining me. So last week, we talked all about those things called dream boards, and I have really liked seeing your pictures. Please keep tagging me, the Quality of Life podcast on Instagram and Facebook. It is so fun to see everybody dreaming again. If you haven't created yours yet, you still have time. In fact, you have forever. You can head over to episode number 8, Learning to Dream Again, part 2, to get the lowdown, and you can get your shopping checklist at theerinolson.com/podcast. This week, I want to talk to you about a serious thing. I want to talk to you about being just fine. You know, there was a point in my life where I wasn't unhappy, but I really wasn't thriving. I was just fine. I was working 2 jobs, I was a newer mom, I was exhausted, and I was just surviving. Then, one day, when I was driving from one job to the other, I heard the song by Sugarland called Something More, and it stopped me in my tracks. It hit home so hard. There was a phrase in the song, some believe in destiny and some believe in fate, but I believe that happiness is something we create. Best be sure, I'm not going to wait, because there's got to be something more. I wanted more, but how? It's taken me forever, and with my experience, I have finally put together a plan of how to break out of being just fine. Now, fine is a spot where you have grown comfortable with the current quality of life. Often, it's a sign of complacency and a lack of fulfillment or purpose in your life. If you want to get out of this state and start living a more fulfilling and satisfying life, I have a surefire plan. And who doesn't want to live more fulfilled and more satisfied? So, step 1 to breaking out of being just fine is to reflect on your values and goals. Now, in episode number 7, we identified some of your values and goals through the 100 Dreams Challenge. When you look back over your list or your dream board, what seems to be the most achievable? Is there a general tone to the things that you want? I mean, what seems, and what on that list or your dream board seems the most achievable? Let's call that your low-hanging fruit. This is a thing that will give you the easy wins that are going to help you to get out of being just fine. Step number 2 is to take action. What is the one thing that you can do to get closer to the most achievable thing on your board or on your 100 Dreams Challenge? Let's say that you tend to run late all the time. So on your dream board or on your 100 Dreams Challenge list, you put that you wanted to be on time. Now, how do you do that? We've all heard the saying that being early is on time, being on time is late, and being late is unacceptable. So get that in your brain. And when you have a meeting or if you're constantly late to work or school, maybe set your alarm clock for 20 minutes earlier every day. Also, one thing that really helps is to figure out exactly how much time it takes you to get to your destination and then set an alarm on your phone to leave 10 minutes before that. That is a surefire way to actually take action and achieve one of those things on your dream board or on your 100 Dreams Challenge. Step number 3 is to get out of your comfort zone. You know, sometimes we feel just fine when we get stuck in a rut. Maybe you need to try something new. You know, once again, I would say look over your 100 Dreams Challenge or your dream board for things that you want to learn, and then go do it. You know, maybe this is signing up for a class or a clinic. Maybe you should check out meetup.com and Facebook events for something near you that kind of interests you. Just doing something different. It can be as easy as making a different kind of food for dinner or something you've never tried before. It could be learning a new language. You can go and download that app Duolingo or Babbel on your phone and start today. Just learning something can really create an entirely different feeling about life and not being stuck in that rut. Step number 4 is to surround yourself with positive influences. A lot of times, when I look back over my life, a lot of the times that I felt like I was stuck or just fine, I would aimlessly listen to angry music or whatever the top 40 is on the radio every time I drove to and from work or to and from anything. And yeah, that is how I heard the song Something More, and that got me out of it. But I really believe that all of that time, it could be so much better spent listening to something that is positive. Find yourself a mentor. Get around people that are achieving more than you are right now and that are willing to share that. Get around people that inspire you. It's like charging your batteries. Get yourself a mentor, somebody who has done what you're trying to achieve in your life or even gone farther than what you're trying to do in life. And the best part is that you can have them be your mentor and they don't even need to know that you exist. Like, you can go and download podcasts and read audiobooks or listen to audiobooks while you're driving, and you can really change your mind into being more positive and looking forward to things instead of just going through the motions. If you need some inspiration or some ideas of places you can go, I would go and suggest checking out these people on any podcast provider you can find. I mean, that's how you found me, right? So go check out Mel Robbins. She's a great one. Ed Milet, he is amazing. Dean Graziosi, Tony Robbins, Jenna Kutcher. If you're a person of faith, I'll tell you one of the best and most uplifting podcasts I've ever heard are from Joel Osteen. Put aside any preconceived notions of what you think his services are going to be about, and go and download a couple of his podcasts, any of the ones that have a topic that seems to speak to you, and just give it a listen. You never know. The more that you put into your ear, the better you're going to feel about your life, and the less you're going to feel stuck. Another thing you can do is surround yourself with people that inspire and support you. Build a supportive network. There are always going to be people in your life that are rooting for you no matter what you do, and those are the ones that you need to spend more time with. That will help you to really feel like you are gaining momentum instead of just idling. The 5th step is to practice gratitude. Max Lucado has a quote that I used to put at the bottom of all my emails to remind me to be grateful. And his quote is, "What if you woke up this morning and you only had the things that you thanked God for yesterday?" Think about that one for a second. If you need some more tips and hints on how to have more gratitude in your life and why it is so important, check out the 2nd episode of my podcast, The Gratitude Trick, and that can help you as well. You can find that at theerinolson.com/podcast. All right, you guys, you ready for this week's homework? I want you to take action today. There are 3 things I want you to do. I want you to take one step towards a goal or dream. I want you to either join a class or find an event near you that piques your interest. Number 2, I want you to add a mentor or join a group to help you get inspired. And number 3, I want you to go and listen to some podcasts on your ways to and from work or dropping the kids off at school or any time that you have in the car. I want you to add a podcast or an audiobook that is going to uplift you instead of listening to talk radio or music. Just do that for me. This is going to shake up your day like you can't even believe. I have an example of being stuck in the rut, and we've all driven by fields, those big, huge fields that have those huge sprinklers that do perfect circles and water the fields, right? Well, if you were to take that sprinkler that travels in the exact same rut every day, 365 days a year, and you changed only 1 degree, do you know how in a year how much different that circle is going to look? So you just need to start small. It doesn't have to be huge and life-changing, because fine is the worst 4-letter word out there. You were made for so much more. So let's get busy. If you'd like more help on this, I've got this free guide called the Just Fine Breakout Guide, 10 easy steps to living a more fulfilled life. You can go get it at theerinolson.com/breakout, and I am sure that it is going to help you to shatter your current quality of life. Thanks for listening today. If you like this episode, please share it with somebody who you think is also just fine. Help them get out of their rut too. Please go and rate this episode on your podcast platform and help me reach more people. If you have episode suggestions, reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram, and I will do my best to cover them. Thanks again, and I will see you next week on the Quality of Life podcast. Bye!
Thanks for listening to today's episode. Be sure to check us out on the Quality of Life podcast, Facebook and Instagram pages, and our website, theerinolson.com, for downloads and more information. That is TheErinolson.com. Stay up to date by joining our email newsletter. Together, we can improve all of our quality of life.